Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Hey folks, welcome to the Smack Raw podcast. Kyle over here with Jay and Vince, and then in the background, like always, is Sebastian. What's going on, you guys?
Hey, Dan.
Yo, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning.
Good morning indeed, man. Like you lucky I love you guys, man, or else I wouldn't be up. I don't wake up early for just anyone.
Apparently you do if it's us you get up for, Jesus.
Well, I don't like you too, you asshole. Jesus.
Oh, man. You guys, we're a pro wrestling podcast over here. You can listen to us on Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play Music. Of course, we're on YouTube as well. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Get us to that 100 subscriber mark. Get a custom URL, and we'll do something to Vince if we get there. We still haven't decided what that is, though. I don't know
Why me? Jay still hasn't paid off his punishment from prediction.
Whoa! Really? That's bogus. You're gonna put me under the bus? All right, bet.
Because you've been trying to like weasel your way out of like paying it off.
All right.
Sebastian
cool.
graciously accepted his punishment last time. You have yet to do your punishment.
If Jay
Well,
is good, I'm not
it's
doing
not.
that.
It's not the fact that I haven't accepted it. It's the fact that you guys haven't given it.
He's got a point there. We never really assigned a good one. Oh, man. Hey, listen, folks, we're here to talk about Raw this morning. What a Raw it was that went off air last night. That was an interesting show that we had yesterday. I still think, in a nutshell, man, the show was actually really good.
So I have my hand raised. I got a couple questions.
Okay.
So I guess I'm the only guy here that didn't watch. So I want to see what all the fuss is about, because apparently there was a lot of fuss going on last night about the episode. So brothers, help me out. What's going on? What I miss?
Okay, so I think Kyle's gonna do his, standard rundown, and then we'll go into it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll run down the show for you, man, and then, we'll dive into the hot takes, because I know Sebastian's going to have his about 2 or 3 maybe for the evening.
I don't know what my reputation is, but
Your reputation is...
I feel like your reputation is like, I guess like Stephen A. Smith, like the kind of guy that has like a hot take.
Blasphemy!
I'll take that.
That's blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
Something along those lines. Maybe like what's that one guy? Bill Simmons. I mean, maybe you're a Bill Simmons.
Man,
you're a bit of a homer. Because he's a Boston Celtics homer. You're a bit of a WWE homer. So I can see you being a Bill Simmons, man. I think that's your reputation.
There's a difference. We'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
All right. So
Sebastian. Sebastian, buddy, what did you think of the show in a whole, though?
Oh, it was overall a good show.
Overall good show? That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, it was overall a good show.
Yeah.
And that's what, I know we kind of went off the rails over that, but that's what I was trying to say about Raw. Yeah, you have the nonsense of Lana and Lashley, but other than that, I feel like Raw's done a good job here in the last one.
I feel like Raw is always one segment, has one segment that can pull a full letter grade off the overall show. Like, if you removed the end segment, the show would probably be a full letter grade higher in its quality. And then on top of that, I feel like it loses half a letter grade every week with King on commentary. So if you could remove that one poo segment and remove King, Raw consistently, I think, would just be a great show.
So is he still doing bad commentary? Is it that bad?
He never stopped doing commentary.
Is the ocean wet? Yeah, man.
That's a trick question, because water is not wet.
Ooh, that's
I started Raw to me last night until a street talk match, but after that he started.
Before we get into the show, you guys, if you want to hit us up, man, hit us up on Twitter at SmackDrawPod. Myself at the Kai Tai Show. Vince over here is at SES Vince. Sebastian, who you can't see, is at WrestlingFan_32. Jay over here at JThunder2009. Don't forget to capitalize J and T. And then myself is
it's up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Vince is like up there. Like he's like, I think he's up there. Like I don't quote me on that. I don't know what's going on.
You guys are actually next to me. Like over here is Vince, and then right here is Jay. But you guys,
gotcha.
yeah.
Oh, so technically, like, so Vince would be like somewhere like up here somewhere.
Vince is. You have to like reach over me. You have to reach over me.
So he's like.
So you gotta do the old
Other
yawn
way.
and like reach over. You know,
Reach
when
over
he's
me. Like I don't know how to do it. Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Never mind. This is really awkward.
Yep.
I'm at the Kai Tai show, you guys. And, oh man.
At this point right now, I'm just.
Let's go ahead and plug a couple more things before we get into Raw. First of all, you guys, if you didn't listen to our weekend recap, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Of course, have a Happy New Year's as well tonight, or I hope you had a Happy New Year's last night, depending on when you're watching this. And then, of course, tune in tonight for the Battle of the Creators WWE 2K20 16-man simulated tournament. It's going to take place it's a whole bunch of podcasts we're facing off against each other. It should be fun. Tune in, you guys. If you don't,
I feel like we're gonna get the W.
We're not even in
not
the
even
tournament,
in it,
dog.
man. That's a conflict of interest.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't know. I just heard about it. I didn't know we weren't in it.
So are we all like unanimously behind Get Show Podcast? Like, are we rooting them on? You are?
Chicago podcast through and through, man.
No, you know what? I'm cheering my girl Sarah on. Is who I'm cheering on, man. Her with Otis.
Wait, I gotta look at the bracket. I'm good. I gotta make my brackets. That's what I gotta do before the tournament kicks off tonight. I gotta go ahead and check that out and do my bracket.
Actually, you
That's
know
the
what?
goal.
Oh, you know what I'll do is while we're right here, go ahead. We'll give them a quick plug. I'll throw up the bracket on screen for just a moment. Yeah, man. Let's see.
Oh my gosh! Really? You just pulled the Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano at the Cruiserweight Classic. We have Sarah going against the Get Show podcast. How are we supposed to choose?
I did it all at random. I did this whole lineup at random. If you guys look here, we'll give it a quick rundown. All Elite Pod taking on Jobber Knocker. Live Your Gimmick taking on All Elite or AA Talk stuff. The Elite Era taking on WN Wallop. Foul Original taking on Collar and Elbow Wrestling. Shining Wizards taking on Chick Foley. Sarah, taking on Get Your Pod. Dang, man. Yeah, it is like two of our favorites. One of them's got to go right out the gate. That's fun. The Daily Smart
Here's
taking
the thing.
on...
Not only that, you have the gold standard Sheldon Benjamin taking on Otis, the most lovable and over wrestler in all of wrestling right now.
Bearded Chris taking on Ringsider Pod. Yeah, I'm rooting for you, Sarah. Though that's who I'm rooting for, man. We got to get her on the show sometime, man.
One of these days.
One of these days she'll get on here. Yeah, she'll get on here. But man, all right, enough about tonight. But actually, one more thing. Tune in tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, if you ain't got nothing too crazy planned for New Year's, come chat with us. It'll be a lot of fun.
Or download the Twitch app on your phone, and while you're out partying, have the stream on your phone. Multitask.
There you go. And
Bring the new year.
When people ask you,
multitask.
When they ask you, yo, Jay, you go. I know you can't see it, but like you on your chin right now. Like I got that whole. Yeah, you can't see none of that title. you gotta sit up, bro. Let's see if I can help you out there. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Sorry, man. You can't see how you're cropped, but you were definitely sinking out of
frame.
frame.
How about that? There we go. I should be good right now.
You're good.
I should be good.
Oh my god.
All right.
Anyways, let's get to the show, man.
You're just mad, Vince. You're just mad because I have character. All right. You're just mad. All right.
I will get the fuck up and get that WWE title I have.
Good for you. This is a world heavyweight championship. Thank you very much,
Sebastian.
WWE title's top title in all of WWE. What is this, WCW? What is this, SmackDown 2009?
First of all, that was an amazing year. Thank you very much. Jeez.
Anyway, let's start this show.
Yeah, man. Sebastian.
Ruthless aggression, my ass.
Sebastian, how did the show start off?
KO was out. He caught out AOP and Seth. Eventually they came. Samoa Joe came out as well. And we had a monthly pull apart brawl.
Okay, so we
First things first, though, since we're talking about it, shout out to our man Kevin Crazy. Considering,
he was in it.
He was
Yeah,
in
of
the
course.
scuffle.
Yeah, shout out to our man Kevin, our doppelganger.
Yeah, man.
He was out there doing his thing.
Yeah. So what we had? We had the new formed team of Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe taking on Seth Rollins in the AOP. Eventually, they would all be removed from the building. Samoa Joe hitting that awesome line: "If you touch me, you won't be feeling with your fingers anymore." I really liked that one.
Oh no, yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's interesting. I think it's great. And if you go back into it, they're back, like I want to say like 2 or so years ago, there was a little tease of Triple H starting a faction with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe being 2 of the members in it. So they have history together. So I kind of like it. I think it's cool.
Yes. After which we had an awesome ongoing rivalry between Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black. These guys had an incredible exhibition match. Aleister Black picking up the victory after 2 black masses. We're definitely coming back to talk about these guys. I cannot wait to see more of them. But it was an A+ match, especially for a weekly episode of Raw. Eric Rowan, after confronting Lana in the back, asking why he wasn't invited to her wedding, because that was the overall theme of the night, is Lana's wedding was going to close out the show. Eric Rowan comes out, squashes another local enhancement talent. Same song and dance. We got to figure out what's in that crate. But yeah, we've been here before. We've seen it. Charlotte Flair comes out afterwards to announce that she is the first entrance into either Royal Rumble, in which case she says she's ready for a match. She comes out in her classic robe. Natalya comes out, answers the challenge, ultimately though succumbs to the figure 8. She held on though for a long time in that submission. I thought she
It was a pretty good showing for Natty and Charlotte. I mean, no surprise, both of them can go in the ring.
Yeah, man. One of my personal highlights of the night was the match that followed, however. Street Profits come out after Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are in the ring doing their whole shtick. They're the best tag team in the world. Street Profits come out and say, we beat you guys. What does that make us? So ultimately, we wind up with a tag match between them. AJ Styles, midway through the match, is tossed out. And surprisingly, Street Profits go over. And later in the night would be revealed next week, or is that Royal Rumble? We're going to have a
next week.
Next week.
It's next week.
3-way tag match for the Raw Tag Team Champions. Do you think
Street Profits better win?
Do you think this is going to be held under triple threat rules, 3 men in the ring at all time, or are we going to get that whole
No, it's going to be 2. I think that was just a special circumstance for Survivor Series. And maybe that's a rule that they only keep for Survivor Series to make those kind of matches seem different and special. Just because if they're going to continue doing the 3 brands, I feel like you got to distinguish like the tag matches a little bit. Got you.
Okay. Following that, my boy Drew McIntyre comes out, disbands Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins in a handicap match after he shows his mic skills some more, completely entertaining the crowd. Got the wrong reaction. This dude got the crowd hyped, man, and he was insulting them the whole time. But it's been a while since I've seen a squash match in a handicap match when you're actually using main roster talent. Personally speaking, I don't know. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, man, it is what it is. It's always going to be like that.
I think you might have skipped over the Becky Lynch interview that she had with Charlie Caruso.
That's true. No. Yeah, we did get a backstage interview with her talking about how she's leveraging her contract negotiations over getting this match with Asuka set up for Royal Rumble, a rematch 1 year in the making, because of course last year it was Becky Lynch who tapped out to Asuka, only to later in the night enter herself in the Women's Royal Rumble and win that. And of course history was made when she went on to become Becky 2 belts at WrestleMania, which was a nice little touch.
Asuka for the win.
We'll get into that. Randy Orton comes out after his injury took place at the house show, teases an retirement announcement. Of course, WWE never shying away to get heat on their heels. AJ Styles comes out to mock him during his announcement, only for Randy Orton to RKO him. It was a ruse. The knee is okay, folks. I don't know, man. They could have done this. They could have done this, like stretched it out a little bit longer. I don't know exactly.
I thought it was cool. It reminded me of the Mark Henry retirement speech where he just destroyed John Cena in that Salmon. Shut up. You know what I mean. John Cena. He just destroyed Cena in that salmon jacket that he wore.
Yeah.
So it's reminiscent of that. I thought it was cool. I liked it. I saw it coming though. I saw it coming.
That's that coming in, bro.
Once AJ Styles was out there, I knew that it was coming because I was like, it's like, it's. But I do like, however, that they're using the fact that everything leaks onto social media, so now they can use stuff that happens at house shows more to bleed into main story roles, and a lot of people won't be left out of the loop. So that was pretty good on my. It's creative. It shows they're trying.
Yeah, it was funny because I did see on, I think it was like maybe another wrestling newsletter that Randy Orton had got hurt on a live show, and I was kind of curious because I was like, oh man, I haven't seen Randy Orton. Randy Orton hasn't been like hurt like that for a while, so I wanted to check into it and see what was going on, and sure enough, it was for real. And you know, I'm on the podcast right now, coming to find out that it was all a ruse. It was a clever ruse.
Yeah, man.
Damn you, Randy. Damn you, Randall.
He milked it, man. He. It didn't seem like he was too much in character when he was addressing the crowd. You know, he was throwing out those lines that, you know, wrestling's not a ballet. He really did milk it, man. Like he was going to be going away for a while. Andrade squashes a local enhancement talent, only for Ricochet to come out before Andrade could hit the hammerlock DDT on the concrete, reminiscent of what he did to Carrillo. Ultimately, though, they have a match between Ricochet and Andrade. Of course, Andrade comes out with the victory. You can't have him losing freshly after winning that belt at MSG. Now, granted, it was with the help of Zelina Vega, but they made the right call here. It was an okay match, C+ in my books.
The one thing I gotta say is that in the group chat you were talking about a new title, so I was watching the entire episode. I'm like, where is this new title? Where is this new title? You freaking trolls!
Yeah. That's what you get for saying you missed part of the show.
That was beautiful. I laughed my ass off because I figured it was a troll.
Yeah, it definitely was, man. It was the ruse. I pulled it, Randy Orton on you.
I hate you.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Earlier in the night, we got another vignette for Liv Morgan talking about this new character change. Once again, she's in the bathtub because, of course, she would be in the bathtub. But going forward is the main course here, the closeout of the show, the Lana's second wedding ceremony. Although was with the one she had with Rusev, was that a reception or was that the actual wedding?
That was more of a reception.
Right?
Yeah, it was more of a reception because even Roman came out. I gotta admit that has one of my favorite Roman lines ever. Put away that beef. One of my favorite lines he's ever told Rusev, like, "Yo, man, put away that beef." Like, I freaking loved it.
Oh man.
Anyways, this segment we're gonna go heavy into, but just to give it a quick rundown, it was a segment that could never get going. It felt like one of those, if you were to have a dream where you're trying to accomplish something, but you can't move forward. You're just stuck. You keep trying to get this one.
It's a stagnant dream.
Yeah, you're trying to get this one task accomplished, and just one thing after the next just prevents you from doing it, even as simple as it may seem. Because
it sounds like our process for like recording the podcast.
Yeah,
it sounds like how regardless of who's hosting, I feel like there's always some kind of technical issues before we can even get the ball rolling.
I'm telling you, man.
Didn't you guys like mess up the intro last show?
No. That was just I clipped that out, but yeah, we messed up the intro a little bit. We were laughing, man, because what you guys can't see, you know, watching this is during the intro, it's silent, and we just staring at each other on another screen, and it's the most awkward silent stare that we all share, and you just want to crack up. I'm gonna have to just turn my second monitor off during that intro because y'all crack me up, man. But Yeah, so ultimately, the ceremony, Lana's just getting trolled by the audience. Lines are delivered to Rusev that are vows are. Lana delivers her vows to Rusev, to Lashley, and then Lashley has to deliver the same vows back because it's the ones Lana wrote for him. But during the part where they say, "Does anybody object?" you have both of their former lovers coming out. Not in unison, one after the other, and then on a third time, we have a re-emerging Liv Morgan finally coming out, broken up. She can't watch the wedding go. Lashley says he's got nothing to do with it, and Liv Morgan agrees with him because it's not Lashley that she's in love with, it's actually Lana. They end up having a brawl. Ultimately, Rusev comes out, breaks up the wedding. Everyone's covered in cake. And if only it was as quick as the description, because this segment really needed to be 5 minutes, not 20 minutes long. And we're gonna get back into it, but that was the closing show of the decade. Monday Night Raw winds up with Lana covered in cake, Bobby Lashley beat up, Rusev.
It looks like Jay wants to speak.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What the hell is this? I can't. What in the world is going on with this segment?
So,
I mean,
let's have Sebastian. Sebastian, you want to talk us through this? What was going on, man? What was your take on this?
Yeah, you
just hear it.
Like you're bringing up Stephen A. to open this, really? Like, all right.
Here we go.
Look, this was not good. Okay. This was not in the top 100 ways I would have brought out Liv Morgan. I have defended this storyline up until then, saying, and I know Vince said last night in the group chat, he don't care about the crowd reaction, but that's what they care for. That's them. They want the reaction. I feel like this storyline has helped Lashley. It's not crickets anymore. I feel like it's helped Rusev get. I mean, the Rusev Day chants now are almost as loud as they was when they started. Anytime Lana speaks, it's heel heat. For those three characters, whether I like this stuff or not, I see the reasoning. It's not Lashley's sisters that did nothing for Bobby Lashley or Sami Zayn. Okay, this is... Up until then, this actually helped those three. I don't see this helping Liv Morgan. I don't know. I don't understand the reason of bringing her out here in this role.
I feel like they're just gonna try to do a mixed tag route with them, and they needed someone for Rusev to pair with, and they're like, well, who's not doing anything? I'm like, well, Liv Morgan's not doing anything. Oh, well, we gotta repackage her because she doesn't have a gimmick. So her gimmick is she's now a lesbian, and I'm nothing against her, but like I saw a lot of people pointing this out. I saw a lot of people on Twitter making this fair point, where like you have an openly gay like woman in Sonya Deville, a ready-made storyline where you could do Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville as like as a love interest storyline. Get that
Fire and Desire. I mean,
exactly.
That's their team name.
Exactly, but they felt the need to turn two straight women, lesbians, just to get that that storyline going for whatever reason. I'll give it a chance because I'm very high on Liv Morgan and I want her to succeed. I want her to keep going, and I know that she's the type of competitor and wrestler and performer that you give her something, she's gonna try to turn a shit sandwich, just shit into shit salad or something. She's gonna like she's gonna try to like
chicken shit into chicken salad.
There you go. That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
That was the line I was looking for. But I feel like she can turn it into like, to counteract your point, Sebastian, where you're like you feel like the storyline has helped all three involved. Where like the Rusev Day chants are back, Lana is getting all the heel heat. She like
this has helped YouTube. This has helped YouTube. That's the
and
bulk
that's a
of
thing
it.
Too.
It's helped YouTube views. That's about it, man.
I mean, it's none of our cups of tea, obviously, but they are audience for it. You do have YouTube. It always trends number one.
Yeah, but the YouTube audience that are watching this are probably the same people that like to stay up and watch like their soap operas or their telenovelas and just like watch the train wreck, or they don't have a job, that have like their afternoons free and are out there watching Jerry Springer and Maury Povich and watching those kind of train wreck kind of shows. That's what this is.
And I would agree with
the issue. The issue here that I will say here and say is that the Rusev Day chants were over as all heck. And they're the ones. The company.
They weren't going away. They weren't going away.
They weren't going away.
I'm not
but they're the
that.
ones that diminished the chance because they didn't capitalize on Rusev. They didn't capitalize on Aiden English and Rusev being tag team champions. They didn't capitalize on Rusev. Rusev should have been in the Jinder Mahal spot where he should have been WWE champion.
It's one of those things that is, if management / Vince don't want you to be over, it doesn't matter. They're not going to put you over no matter how over you are with the fans.
Sebastian's like this was done to revitalize or repair like the Rusev Day chance and get Lana over as a heel and get Bobby Lashley some kind of reaction. But here's the thing: if you I saw Bobby Lashley's work over in Impact Wrestling, he doesn't need like this like cheesy storyline or whatever to get like something out of. You just let him be Bobby Lashley.
Thank you.
The person.
Thank
he doesn't
you
need no
much.
gimmick. He didn't need Leo Rush. He would just go out there and he'd just be bland, boring baby face, like bland, boring, destructive, like muscle bound guy. He was basically like Matt Morgan
course conquering Lashley.
Exactly. That gimmick has been done and over with. Let him be like cocky, arrogant Bobby Lashley that he was in Impact Wrestling.
All right, Vince. Okay, so we got you there, man. Sebastian? What's your argument for them?
And that's fine. But, okay, you're comparing Impact, somebody that gets 400,000 views a show to this. Okay, in WWE, if you can't drop a promo, you're not going to be main event, and Lashley can't do that.
Bobby Lashley can rock a promo.
Yeah, he can. Sebastian, he can.
Yeah, occasionally he can, but no.
Yes,
I mean, he consistently
Sebastian,
can.
would you say that he was ever given a proper chance to try to work and deliver a promo? He was not given that opportunity. The minute he started up, he was basically saddled up with Leo Rush. And when he wasn't with Leo Rush, he was a henchman for Baron Corbin.
You also have WWE writers writing his promos as well. You have to consider. Yeah,
exactly. So look, Sebastian.
Okay.
The storyline. Look, the storyline has accomplished the Rusev Day chance being over again. Lana's getting heel heat, and Bobby Lashley isn't getting crickets anymore. But I will say that you could have accomplished all three things without this terrible storyline. You could talk about the YouTube views all you want, but those aren't the same people that are going to be tuning in to get those TV ratings that they desperately want and those network subscriptions that they desperately want. And you're talking about the crowd reaction. Yeah, they might be over there reacting to certain stuff, but they're just booing Lana because they don't want to see her. They're chanting Rusev Day because they want Rusev to come out to end this segment. And if on TV we're not enjoying it, we're not going to go to the show and watch it.
Everybody does. Okay, on my timeline, there are actually an audience for this. Just because it's not our cup of tea doesn't mean there's not people that like it. Now, when I watch a 3-hour Raw, I don't go in expecting to like it all. Okay? That's fine if you don't like it, but they are people that do. People like it.
And I get that point. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that everything we're supposed to like everything. I'm just saying the storyline in general, there's no excusing it. There's no salvaging this. There's no way of making this seem like it's a positive thing.
To us, but they are people out there that's really digging them.
Hold on really quick, Sebastian. So let's steer this because you guys obviously are gonna disagree on this. So let's steer this. No, but hold on. I'm gonna create chicken salad out of chicken shit here. Hold on.
And two, I understand.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on, man.
Hold on. So
what's the end goal for everybody here? What's the end goal? Like, do we have champions that are going to come out of this? Because ultimately, that's where you want your stars to go. That's where you want your storylines to lead. Instead, if you're a valet, is Bobby Lashley going to look like a credible title contender? For any championship. I would say he's
lost that credibility since joining the storyline.
And if Lashley doesn't look like he can start arguing for a title, we can argue that Rusev can't either, because Rusev has been getting his ass beat by Lashley, left and right, and he doesn't grow smart from it. And then now he
He
doesn't.
won the tables match. I mean, he hasn't got his ass kicked. There's been multiple times.
Who won the tables match?
Lashley.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
Rusev.
exactly.
Rusev has.
I thought you said
no,
Lashley.
no. Rusev has lost every segment. So this has been going on for several months now. I can only think of maybe 3 segments where Rusev has came out on top, and every time Rusev has had to bombard him, like jump him out of the blue. Rusev is the dullard here. He's the dullard.
I get all that, but I'm not going to sit here and say this needs to go when there's obviously.
Oh, it definitely does. It definitely does, Sebastian.
Well, I don't know if they needed to go, but they need to position it differently on the card. Like this segment, this is something I was going to say about last night's segment. This segment would have been mostly fine. Take that with a grain of salt. Had it taken half the time, had this instead of being 20 minutes. Had it taken 10 minutes and you put it in the middle of the card instead of it closing the show, it would have been fine. It wouldn't have drawn as much ire. Liv Morgan is always going to draw its own problems here, and that's going to be more of a PR thing than the storyline shit. But
and here's the thing: this is a TV show. In real movies, real TV shows, and we all say this is a TV show, so don't jump me here. Straight people play lesbians and gays. And here's another thing.
Sebastian,
let me finish. Let me finish. Sonya Deville is on Total Divas. She has a girlfriend on that show. It wouldn't make sense for her to have this girlfriend on the show and then on your weekly stuff, have her with Lana.
That's not what people are complaining about.
By that logic, Lana and Rusev are still technically married in real life, and they're not legitimately.
But they're not on a show.
Sebastian, people aren't complaining that it's not Sonya Deville that came out.
No, they are. There's a lot of people on Twitter. Not for you.
Sebastian, can I get a couple minutes, and I'll tell you where we're coming from with this. Okay.
It's not that Sonya Deville wasn't.
Not for you all, but.
No, stop, man. It's not that Sonya Deville wasn't Lana's secret lover. It's that Sonya Deville tried to get a lesbian storyline already going, and they turned it down because they thought it would be inappropriate. Then they start up a lesbian storyline where it's without, afterwards, after the fact. It had nothing to do with it. Wasn't Sonya Deville that came out and was Lana's lover. That had nothing to do with it.
A lot of people in my time had a big problem because it wasn't Sonya. Now, I'm not saying it ain't you all, but a lot of people that I interact with, we're sitting here acting like we're it. We are not it. There are people that I interact with that had a huge problem with it.
Sebastian, can I give a couple minutes, and I will tell you where we're coming from, man. So, look, again, maybe you just misunderstood where the thing was coming from, but I'll put it like this. Let's say, in a hypothetical situation, there has never been a single Latino character on WWE. They have a Latino character, a legit Latino wrestler, and instead of using that Latino wrestler to promote that wrestler, they use a white guy and have him pretend to be Latino. That's the issue.
Remember when Billy Chuck were portraying gay people?
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Kerwin White.
Kerwin White.
Yeah, exactly.
That stuff never flies, bro.
So Sebastian, it's just one of those things. It's like, again, it's not that Sonya Deville should have been the lover. It's that Sonya Deville pushed really hard to get that storyline on TV and was turned down and shut down, and then they go turn around a year later and reintroduce that storyline, but with someone else. They used her storyline where that's actually legitimate with
she's
her.
Blonde.
Yeah, and then they put two lesbian blondes when in reality they're both straight women.
That's not
the issue.
Let's cancel all the movies that has a straight actor.
You're missing the point again, man.
No,
you really are, dude. You really are. You're trying to use the whole Hollywood thing where you have. That's the whole reason it's called acting. But
this is what this is. This is made for that audience.
Okay.
This is
one final thing, Sebastian. Do you remember how back in the day, in plays and in movies, they would use men to play women because women weren't allowed to act, right? It's similar in the sense you have actual women actors that you could use, but instead you're using a guy to play that woman role. It's not that the guy.
I'll give one, like how they made Santino win the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25.
Because they couldn't have a woman win it. God forbid.
But that's going back into
No,
yeah.
Sebastian, dude, you just like you're missing the point, man. You're missing the point.
Either way, we're acting like we're everybody. There's even people in the LGBT I interact with defending this that they're digging it. We're not everybody.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying where other people are coming
We're
from.
the target demographic, though. That's the thing. We're the target demographic of the show. They want the 18 to 49 male demographic. We are the target people that they're going after.
So are the people I interact with. Like,
exactly, and those are the kind of people that don't see the issue here. They don't see where the injustice comes from. So it's just like I said, it's not this. It should have been Sonya that should have been the lover. That's not the issue. It's the issue that this was Sonya's idea. She a real life like openly lesbian wrestler that like they decided to pitch this idea and it was shut down. And then they go around and do this storyline, but with two straight women instead of including the one woman, like the one woman that came up with this idea and would have benefited the most and would actually get like the audience and generate like the connection to the specific demographic that they're trying to target, because that storyline isn't for you, Sebastian. That storyline is for other people, and that's where the issue comes from. It'd be like, instead of having like that's why Kofi Kingston was such a big deal, because that was the first like black wrestler that won the top title that wasn't
at
like,
WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania and was allowed to be a top guy. That was why that was such a big deal, and that's why it's like little things, man. And I'm not trying to attack you in any kind of way. I'm just saying that right now you're not gonna get it, you're not gonna see it. I'm just saying that it wasn't
It's
the
poor
move.
taste. It's poor taste. No matter which way you spin it, you can defend it. It's poor taste.
Look, a year ago when she pitched it or whatever, the time might not have been right, but this time when it is right in their mind, whether it's the right move or not, whether it is or not, she's on Total Divas with her girlfriend, and the girlfriend has openly said she wasn't comfortable with anything like that. That would be the same thing as breaking up the New Day, but them keeping their podcast and being all friendly. Okay.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not the same.
It's not the same, dude.
In storyline, yes, they're not going to put a weekly.
Dude, no. Okay, look, man. We're just gonna have to disagree.
Man, that Buddy Murphy Aleister Black match was a fucking banger, dude.
It did, man. Because at this point, I kind of want to see a third match out of that, man.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So, do you guys like my title belt?
No, I hate it.
It's my favorite title.
Vince, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Kyle.
It's pretty cool. I cropped it while we were all sitting here, man, to get the belt on screen for you.
It's my favorite title.
Yeah, man. Oh shit, man! So awkward now, man. It's like Sebastian's on this little fucking island over here, and we put him on an island.
People out there like it.
No, not that. That's not. Let's drop it. We're gonna drop that. I mean,
we're dropping this.
I can already see the comments though. Like, Sebastian's a WWE loyalist, you know.
I'm not loyalist.
Oh my god!
It is shit.
What do I mean?
It is shit.
Look! I feel like it's like this. I feel like it's like this. Like, I think it's good. I think it's good that everyone has like a different opinion.
No. Don't come. I think this storyline is shit, but I'm not going to sit here and say there's not an audience for it. I also thought the Dark Order thing was shit, but I did not get on here and say it was shit. I said I'm interested to see how it ends, just like I am this. Okay? I mean, it's just. I didn't say I like the storyline. I said it's not my cup of tea. There's people out there that it's their cup of tea.
Final point I'm gonna make is that there's like maybe 1%.
I'm gonna let you know, man. While these people, this is their cup of tea. I guess I'm a coffee drinker, bro. Because like this is not for me. I'll tell you that.
90% of the WWE fan base is a coffee drinker, man. They're not into this kind of tea. But
anyways, you know what?
Let's get some good tea, man. That Aleister Black match, man.
Yeah, just like this Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy segment is a cup of sweet tea in the South. I'll tell you that right now, because everybody loves this junk.
The ending is what I loved. How this is the second time, and they face each other twice. The second match, and Aleister Black has felt the need to hit him with two black masses because he feels like if he won't finish him with one, he needs the two to solidify that win. I don't know if that's just him being arrogant or him just having respect for Buddy Murphy knowing that he needs 2 black men.
I don't think it's arrogance, man. Yeah, because wait, Jay, you saw the Survivor Series match, right?
Yes, I did.
TLC match. Didn't Black extend his hand for a handshake after their match?
If I'm not mistaken, he did.
Yeah, and Buddy Murphy obviously turned it down. So yeah, I think it's out of respect for Buddy Murphy.
And I don't know if it was out of character or not, but I don't have the tweet in front of me. But Buddy tweeted something like online saying that, you know, he's 0-2, like there's no need for a third. The best man won, and he was a better man. You know, and he conceded to Aleister Black being the better man. Maybe this is helping build up Aleister Black, but maybe this is slowly doing like, hey man, Buddy Murray's such a good wrestler. He's gonna slowly go into a babyface run, and then I don't know. They might team them up together, or they might send them on their separate ways.
What I'm thinking is Buddy Murphy goes on a tear over, you know, the course of a couple months, maybe skip the Royal Rumble, and then these guys meet back up down the road so Buddy Murphy can finally get that win. Like Buddy Murphy starts tearing through everybody, but there's that one person that he can't beat. You know what I mean?
You're assuming they do long-term storytelling in WWE.
I am just wishing. I am wishing, not assuming.
Only God can hope.
Yes.
But in terms of long-term storytelling, I want to jump into like the Becky Asuka stuff because I think that's very interesting, and I loved how, I don't know if it's legit or not, but the fact that
Vince, quick question: did you just change your headphones?
Yes, I did. Thank you for noticing.
I didn't even notice. I must have missed that.
My Bluetooth headphones were slowly powering down on me and I had to switch up so I wouldn't mess anything up. So
I was wondering. I was like, they look good on you, man.
No, thank you. I try to look good for you guys. You know,
considering you got that logo going right here on yours, right?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, got that synergy going, man. Got that Smack Raw brand going. You know, we're all about the HyperX clouds. I think Jade got his HyperX clouds too, right?
Actually, I do not. Unfortunately, they're on the shelf right now because my dog decided.
Boo.
My dog decided to chew off the foam off of the headphones.
Put him down. Put him down. That's it. That's a wrap.
Whoa, that's dark.
That's a wrap.
What? Come on. I'm not gonna.
First, it's your headphones. The next, it's your elderly neighbor's face. Okay, like that dog is a loose cannon. All right.
Look, Naruto is not going. I'm not putting him down. All right.
You name your dog Naruto?
Yes.
That's dope. Okay.
Oh, quickly, Vince, really quick, because I'm gonna let y'all go on the rant here. Asuka's not winning.
No, I know.
No.
Oh my God! Why would you not let her win? Like, oh my God!
Because Ronda needs.
I am tired of Becky. I am so tired of Becky. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of her.
This feud between Becky and Ronda Rousey needs to continue, man.
Oh my God!
You got the wrong MMA. Yeah, there you go, Sebastian. You got the wrong MMA horsewoman, man. It's Shayna Baszler. Like I was saying, like Sebastian, Jay, what I really like is that this is full circle. Like Becky Lynch has gone out of her way to like make this Asuka match happen, and I liked how they included the fact there's like, oh, my contract's coming up, and that's how I got this match because they want me. They want to protect me. They don't want me to like lose. They want to keep this aura around me because I'm the golden goose, but she's not about that. She'd rather just lose and fail and not be the face of the company if it means that she doesn't get to be who she is and gets to be the man. She doesn't want to be this corporate version of the man, which is what I really liked. I don't know if her contract legit is up and they just used it in terms of storyline, but I thought it was a great little wrinkle and it got people buzzing and got people going, and it got the match set. It's a redemption for Becky Lynch. That's her story going into this match. Asuka is not going to pick up this title going into WrestleMania because my pick is Shayna Baszler to win that Women's Royal Rumble, challenge Becky Lynch, and Shayna's going to be the one that takes the title off of Becky at WrestleMania. That's my pick.
Ain't happening. Ronda Rousey's winning the Women's Royal Rumble.
Ronda Rousey's too busy taking care of her chickens and her pigs.
She's winning it, man.
And being pregnant.
She ain't pregnant, bro. She ain't pregnant, man. She's coming back. She's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
WWE has this consistency, as weird as that is to say, to set things up at Survivor Series. There's always, if you go back most years, something set up there. And I think that was the Becky and Shayna thing at the end of the show. Shayna going through the table.
Yeah, actually,
Long term, but that would be considered long term booking.
But they do every year. Like, go back, and a lot of times something's set up around Survivor Series.
Right, but Ronda Rousey wasn't available at Survivor Series. She'll be available at Royal Rumble. So WWE is just going to play the card that they're dealt with that. And it's,
No, sir.
Count my words,
And
man.
Shayna dropping the belt, I don't see her. Really,
Exactly. She dropped the belt to Rhea Ripley. There's been reports that they're grooming her to come up to the main roster for the longest. That's why she was booked to win that triple threat. That's why Becky Lynch put her through the table to set up that match down the line. And here's the thing, Sebastian. I was very upset. I was very annoyed that Shayna didn't get her time in the sun and got to celebrate, and instead they had to do like a John Cena thing with Becky Lynch and just put the heel through a table or beat him up and have Becky stand tall. But now it makes sense if they're actually going to lead into a story here.
It would. It would make incredible sense.
I just
if
don't see
WWE could do long-term booking.
But that's what I'm trying to say. If you go back, they have.
Who was involved in the last Survivor Series? Ronda Rousey, though. Ronda Rousey was.
No, but it was Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. That was the setup, and then Charlotte was the replacement, and then they set up that triple threat. So that was.
They always use Survivor Series some way, that type of year, to build something. Always.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And really, if you really think about Shayna, there's nothing left for her in NXT. It only makes sense for her to come up to the main roster. She's already tapped Bayley out, so she's not going to SmackDown.
Shayna will eliminate maybe like 8 people, and it'll come down. She'll be in the final 5, and she'll get tossed.
Ronda's not coming back.
You'll have Charlotte. You'll have Ronda Rousey. You'll have Nia Jax. You'll have Santina Marella. And then
okay, let's mute Kyle. Okay, let's mute Kyle because he's clearly drunk. We got drunk Kyle over here.
I think Rousey will be back. I just don't see it.
So here's what I see. I see Shayna winning the Rumble. She's gonna beat Becky at WrestleMania. Then the Raw after WrestleMania, Shayna's gonna celebrate. She's like, "Oh, who's coming out here? You know, who's want to step up to the champ?" Becky comes out. You know, obviously they have little words, and then that's when you hear Ronda's music hit, and she's confronting her friend. She wants her title back, but that's her best friend. Raw after WrestleMania, that's when you get the Ronda Rousey return. That's when you do it. That's when you do it. You let Shayna get that title, and now you build tension between two friends.
Yeah, but then they'd have to be letting Vince get what he wants, and that just never happens in WWE.
No, but we're talking about this Vince, and this Vince wants to get what he wants. So
that's that's who I'm referring to. That's who I'm referring to. Yeah, they're not going to give Vince what he wants.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's what Sebastian wants to.
Yeah.
But, okay.
No, I mean, look, we can say that, but last year at Mania, they gave us Becky, they gave us Kofi, they gave us Seth. I mean...
How much fan service did they give us last year? A ton, right?
Yeah.
So that's got to put us in debt for probably at least the next 6 years.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, man. 4 or 5 at least. Like, we gave you enough at one WrestleMania, so we'll give you like one fan service thing a year for the next like 3 or 4 years. That's what I bet.
So I guess one other thing we can go ahead and talk about is the 2 confirmed matches. Well, one thing you didn't talk about was Brock Lesnar's returning next week.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, it might be interesting. It might be interesting.
Brock Lesnar's going to come back just to say that he's not going to have a Royal Rumble match. Like, that's what it's going to be.
But what if Cain Velasquez comes out? What if something happens?
Kane's got knee surgery. That is by far the worst deal WWE's ever done. And I love Kane. Kane. Don't get me wrong. But that was the worst investment, man. Kane hid that knee injury. They just rushed to get him. Because normally they put him through like some extensive testing.
Right.
You know, but I mean, because look what happened to Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin signed, and then what? They discovered he had a shoulder injury and then delayed it for almost a year. With Kane, I swear they just like, mainstream appeal, and they just kind of rushed all the testing, and then come to find out his knee is jacked up. If you watched his fight with Francis Ngannou, man, his knee just ripped out of socket after he got hit, man.
So then, what's the Brock Lesnar plan? Is he really not going to have a match at Royal Rumble?
I don't know, Jay. What do you think Brock Lesnar's plan is next week, man?
Brock Lesnar's plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I could give 2 craps about Brock Lesnar's plan. Like, I'm just saying, like,
as in, like, what's the plan for Brock Lesnar? What do you think he's going to be doing at the Rumble? Do you think he's actually going to defend the title, or do you think he's
absolutely not? He's not like we won't see his ass back until WrestleMania. Like literally.
Mm-hmm. Who would he face? Say Roman gonna take on the Fiend. That's the number one odds on SmackDown.
So that means that the WWE has to figure out who Brock is gonna go against because I mean obviously Kofi's not gonna do that anymore.
It's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is who they're gonna do. If Fury gets through Wilder.
Yeah, that's what I heard. If he
gets through Wilder, they want Tyson Fury and Lesnar. Because they have not thrown around any names for WrestleMania right now outside of Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury. They want that.
Like I said.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, all the wrestlers that they've been building up to get to that title, like the WWE title picture, are all heels right now. Like Seth Rollins, obviously with AOP. You have Drew McIntyre, who's being built up, but he's a heel. You have what else am I thinking? Andrade, he just won the title, but he's also a heel.
Seth ain't gonna do it. Seth ain't going at Brock a third time. They're not gonna give Seth 3 victories over Brock.
I don't think Brock's missed the Royal Rumble since.
What if he goes at Brock? What if he goes at Brock as a heel though, and Brock turns face?
Brock turning face? Dude, the only way Brock could be... Dude, Brock would get cheered.
Did you not see Brock Party... Did you not see Brock Party... Brock, man, when he was coming out with the Money in the Bank with the boombox? That was peak.
The only way Brock can turn face is if he starts having matches on weekly television. People will cheer.
That shit's not going to happen. Okay.
People will cheer for that. People would cheer for that. That's the only way you turn him face.
Okay. So that's the big conundrum. I feel like... hopefully at the Royal Rumble or at Elimination Chamber, Brock's going to have that title taken off, and hopefully it goes on someone like a Seth Rollins, where like he has a ready-made title program with like either Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, or Kevin Owens, because right now it's being held up. I do like that Andrade is not the U.S. champion because now he can do a program with Ricochet, with Humberto, run back with Rey Mysterio, which is the match is happening next week. So obviously, you know, Ray's gonna drop that title, right? Not drop the title, but he's gonna lose that title match, right?
I don't see Ray winning over Andrade. I see Ray being shuffled into the Seth and Samoa Joe scene, 3-on-3 against AOP and Seth, or Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe being teamed with them for a 3-on-3 match.
He even did a little video calling them out.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll lose his rematch with Andrade, and then we'll get a 3-on-3 for Royal Rumble.
Brock, as far as Brock goes, I think he'll be at the Rumble. He's not missed a Royal Rumble, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's a big stadium. They're gonna put everything out there. I mean, last year they did a 3-week program with Balor just to get him on the show, and then the week before that they even put Kane in a triple threat match just to get Brock on the show. Brock's gonna be on the Rumble. He always is, no matter what. They are building up a lot of people on Raw right now. Some's heels, but I could possibly see Drew McIntyre somehow.
They don't need to be on Raw, though, because Roman's going to take on The Fiend, and Roman's on SmackDown.
They got to be at Raw.
No, they're both on SmackDown.
No, man, no. Roman's winning the Royal Rumble, bro.
We're talking about Mania. I thought we were talking about the Royal Rumble.
We're talking about... No, we're talking about the Rumble, dude.
Oh, okay. Who would face Brock at the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're building up Black. They're building up Drew. I mean, Drew's a heel, but you can make that work, especially with Paul Heyman. You can. I mean,
the perfect way that I'd book it, and they're not gonna do it, but have Kofi Kingston win the Royal Rumble, get his rematch against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He recaptures the title at WrestleMania, but they're not gonna do it.
But they still, like I said, we still run in the conundrum: who would face Brock at the Royal Rumble? It'd have to be a triple threat. It'd have to be a triple threat because there's no face big enough, but you could have a big enough heel. So say like you have Drew McIntyre facing off against, I don't know, Rusev.
I think I got it. What all of you guys? What do you think of this? Fatal 4-way match: Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens. So AOP come in and cost Brock the title by having Seth pin either Joe or Kevin Owens. Brock still doesn't get the title, whatever. He doesn't get pinned to lose the title, but he can move on to that Tyson Fury match or that Cain Velasquez match or whatever match, whatever
just
gimmick
away
match
from the damn belt. Just getting away from the damn belt.
You get the you get the WWE title on Seth Rollins, and arguably right now he's the top heel on Raw, regardless of whatever Brock Lesnar does.
Yeah, I'd say do that, man.
I'd be down with that.
At the least. Like, I'm not even sure it's a guarantee he'll drop it at Mania.
I don't know.
If there was more of a program, I could see him losing this Royal Rumble. But, I mean, we're 3 weeks away and there's not a match announced. I don't
feel like he's not gonna lose it. Like, it's not gonna happen till Mania.
If we had a program, it'd be different. But 3 weeks before, there's no official match. Nobody even knows any possibilities. We're sitting.
Hell, I mean, like, look at how TLC was. Like, we didn't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we're talking about Brock Lesnar dropping a belt. That's 2 different.
But I mean, this is pretty much the same.
I mean, we saw 2 years in a row the WWE title change hands like a couple days before Survivor Series. Like,
but that's only because of the fact that it was probably an audible though. Like, it was literally just like, oh, this isn't working, so we're gonna.
Yeah, 2 years in a row as an audible.
That's not Brock Lesnar though. We're talking about guys that's on weekly television, that's not protected, that. You know, there's a million difference between a guy like Jinder Mahal and Brock Lesnar.
No, yeah, but Sebastian, with my idea, if you do it like I think right now there's no one set person as a challenger, so you got to do a multi-man match. So at that point, if you do a multi-man match, Brock Lesnar doesn't get pinned, he's still protected. I think that's perfect. Yeah, I think that's
right,
perfect way to do it.
Just WWE, you know, I'm thinking of them. I don't see them having them drop the belt without a build to it.
I'm just saying. It could happen.
Tough, man. It'd be tough. Yeah, because, damn, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. I want Brock away from the belt, but the way trying to work within WWE system, who would beat him, who would actually beat him is like a really tough one to come up with. Yeah. Because
Keith Lee wins the Royal Rumble. He challenges for the WWE title, beats Brock Lesnar, and becomes our new WWE champion. That's what we do.
That's what you do.
The Royal Rumble.
Keith Lee wins the Royal Rumble and beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
We all bask in his glory.
There you go.
The Royal Rumble itself is so.
I can't tell if Jay is just really focusing on the conversation or if he's falling asleep.
I think it's a combination of both.
But guys, if we had to pick one person right now, who's winning the Rumble? Like, I feel like the Rumble match is one of the most interesting.
I believe in the book or in the odds makers because they're mostly right, and the odds favorites right now are Roman Reigns and Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler is a close second to Rousey.
Did you mean the men's Rumble?
I mean, both.
Both. Right now, so Ronda Rousey is the current favorite, but Shayna Baszler isn't too far behind in the odds, whereas Roman Reigns is the heavy favorite, and then the next closest one is actually CM Punk.
So that means that Roman would win the Rumble?
And they want Roman to challenge
number 2?
Yep.
Rumble number 2?
They want to take another shot at people cheering him, because right now he's getting the most cheers he's gotten his whole career in his solo run, and they want to take right now, the last thing they were able to do was they were able to get people to cheer Daniel Bryan. So WWE is starting to get the right fan reaction as far as The Fiend goes and as far as Roman goes. And the rumor has it is they're pushing Roman to beat The Fiend at Mania.
To be fair,
I don't know. They probably won't do it though.
I want them.
I wouldn't do it. Not this quick.
I wouldn't. No.
I mean, I don't mind Roman beating The Fiend, but I would like it to take a while. I'd like to see Fiend have to show cracks in his arsenal before, Fiend no-sells every finisher, but then gets hit with one spear and is done.
What if he goes ahead and wins the Rumble, but then he loses to The Fiend? Because it's not a guarantee. You could do that. Win the Rumble.
You could
win the Rumble and not win the title. They've done that before.
Like, he could lose to The Fiend at Mania, but realize, like, oh shoot, had I done this and this, these are a couple weaknesses, and then over time start to exploit them to finally get a win.
Like 2 years ago, Shinsuke and Asuka both won the Rumble, and they both lost their title match at WrestleMania.
No, man, that was.
Dude, don't remind me of that. That's why.
Hurt. That hurts so bad.
And Kyle, this is
him
exactly
in the dick,
what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the main reason why I want Asuka to win against Becky. Like,
because they can't pull the trigger with her because she can't speak English. They won't do it, man.
Well, my dream scenario before the whole Shayna stuff was that they have the Kabuki Warriors eventually do a split where Asuka gets the title off of Becky, then they go ahead and have Kairi win the Rumble. They have Kairi eventually turn babyface. She comes back into her pirate gimmick, given that it's a pirate themed WrestleMania. She comes out in a big giant pirate ship. She wins the title off of Asuka at WrestleMania.
Dude, no, the pirate ship needs to happen. That really needs to happen. That is. But Vince doesn't know about it. Vince probably don't even really know about it, man.
I think he does. I think that's a quirky gimmick that he know about. Like anything that's like very gimmicky, like always like, oh, she's a pirate. Yeah, no, giant pirate ship. He probably decided to a whole WrestleMania themed after that pirate ship once he got the idea.
You think she can swing it on a rope? We get her on a rope.
Like Paul Burchill that one. Like I don't know if you remember Paul Burchill.
Why did you just sound like Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon at the same time?
Multitasking, I guess. I guess one final topic I want to tackle on before we sign off, guys, is that triple threat tag team match. Do you think Street Profits or OC are going to get the titles, or you think Kyle and his buddy Ivar are going to retain?
Yeah, man, that's
they're retaining.
Yeah, I think they're going to retain.
I got Street Profits. They want the smoke. They want those titles. I think they're going to get them next week.
I think they're just in there to eat the pin. I think they're in there to eat.
I think OC are in there to eat the pin.
I think Montez Ford is gonna eat the pin.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I think the clear path is AOP taking those belts from the Viking Raiders.
Again? Oh! Sorry, no. Sorry, man. I thought you said OC.
No, AOP taking those belts off.
Right. We'll see, man. What do y'all think? Anyways. That's it, man. You guys, we're still all friends, even though, Seth is wrong about everything and we gang up on him. But we're still friends on the show. No, Seth, I'm just kidding with you, man.
I mean, technically, I've literally just listened to you guys argue while I was like, this is literally what I was doing the whole time.
He's sitting back at catering while there's a brawl going on out in the ring.
Exactly. I'm literally...
Hey, all I'm saying is that I'm the Sin Cara of this podcast, so I will throw a can at you, Sebastian, to win this fight.
Hey, you talking about? No, you gotta.
Hey, wait, hold up. But don't sit here and flip it. Don't sit here and flip a bitch when you break your finger.
Yeah.
No, two different Sin Caras, dude. Two different.
And don't go on to another podcast and start using our branding, okay, man? You need to...
But yeah, I might just show up on the Get Show podcast. Yeah, you never know, man. I might jump ship.
Oh my god. Anyways, you guys. Oh, go ahead.
Don't be a Sin Cara, be a Hunico.
Yeah,
that's why I am Unico, because there's only one of me.
Anyways,
technically, there's technically two Sin Caras though. So
look, guys, tune in later tonight for the 2K20 tournament. You guys will find me on Twitch. I'll have the link in the description. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next SmackDown podcast.
Wait, hold up. Are we also doing NXT tomorrow?
They don't have a show.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah, no, tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm like, wait, what? Dude, this is a Raw show thing, making me still think it's Monday. Yeah, I'm covering. Oh no! NXT is an award show. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's a pre-tape award show, so I'm making the executive decision that we're going to be off of NXT. We're not going to be doing that. Sorry, Jay. You can join them on the AEW podcast.
Yeah, you can always join us on AEW.
If not, you can always join Sebastian.
They're set to have a big. They're set to have a big show tomorrow.
So I gotta watch the Enemy.
Or you can just take the night off and watch some NBA basketball with me, dude.
It's kind of cool.
I mean, that sounds pretty good. I'll probably be recording tomorrow for 2K anyway. So,
anyways, thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you on the next show.
Deuces.